back. Nick Lenz's Comic Corner Classic / Non-Classic. This is episode number... I kid you not, this is the actual number for this one. It's 1503, Doubleshot 1397, Part 3. You're probably thinking, Part 3. You just said Part 2, you said you're discussing me. The last one. This is basically... I had completely forgot I was going to talk about this. The Becca feature for Streets of Gotham. Mostly put to discuss the stories that happen from issues 1 through 4 of Streets of Gotham. Now, the feature for the first 13 issues, because the series had about 3 different Becca features, it was the very first one. This is Manhunter. And you're thinking, Manhunter? Okay, who is Manhunter and which one is it? There's been several different ones. This is focused on the female Manhunter, Kate Spencer. Now, the stories themselves are written by the guy who created the character, Mark Andrego. Of course, the artwork in here is done by George Staney. Now, you have her arriving in Gotham. Well, after, she basically takes up position of district attorney. And this is pretty much her feature throughout the entire book. Of course, spends time with her son. And, of course, finding out about the character Jane Doe. And you are probably asking, Nick, who is Jane Doe? Jane Doe is a character from the Arkham Asylum miniseries. One of the 2 comics of inspiration for the Batman Arkham Asylum video game. And it was in this very comic we had a debut of a character who actually did appear in the action video game. And you're probably thinking, who would that be? Aaron Cash. Yep, that's where he first showed up. And Jane Doe was from that miniseries. Jane Doe actually posed as his girlfriend. His girlfriend in the miniseries was a therapist that Jane Doe later killed and then skinned her to wear her skin as a costume. Jane Doe is somebody who does not have a real name. She's referred to as Jane Doe and she's skinless. Why is she like this? I have no idea. Of course, she asks her who is Jane Doe. Eventually, she does meet up with her at the end of Part 3. Actually, in Part 2. And she's like, oh, I heard you've been searching for me. What are you going to do now? And that was the end of Part 2 of our feature. Now for issue 3 when I get to it. Where she confronts her and then pretty much has her shoved out the frickin' window. And is able to take her down pretty easily out of costume. Of course, she runs away, electrocutes her, but gets some help from the Huntress. Yes, the Huntress helps her. And that's where Part 3 ends. Now for Part 4 of this backup feature. Let's see. This last one is called 2 Steps Forward. And you have her basically have a brief conversation with, Jane Doe. Look information about some serial killer stuff. And you have her team with a Huntress for this issue. And basically vowing to deal with crime, taking down the crime of the city. Taking down Two-Face. Yep. And that's kind of what we have end off there. It's a really good start to her very lengthy Becca feature. Yes, her Becca feature in the book lasts the first 13 issues. She was replaced very briefly by Two-Face. And then he was replaced by, first with Ragman, then it was Two-Face. Yeah, it was kind of weird. Where it was like that for a few issues. Yep, but not much I'll say about it. I'm going to give this Becca feature so far, just this first 4 issues, a 9 out of 10. And yes, definitely next video, hopefully will probably be how a realist hero built a kingdom. Okay, next video. Bye.